Hello, folks. Welcome to day 3 of the USA Olympic Team Trials Track and Field here in Eugene, Oregon with Gary Morgan. So, what an exciting day we saw. There are so many highlights. How do you pick one?
Well, that's always at any event, and of course, the stakes are a little higher here. So, it's hard to really pick one out, and the usual hundreds and stuff, and we have the new team for the decathlon, and let's go decathlon because Ashton Eaton does it again, and it's been the most part of a decade now. When he came onto the scene, he hasn't quit, and he was down a little bit after day one, but yesterday put in a strong day and kept it going, and he's on the Olympic team again, and obviously a gold medal favorite. His consistency in that event has been truly phenomenal.
Well, he's the defending champion with the Olympic gold medal. He's the world record holder, but he's joined by two brand new people, and it was kind of fun watching them perform. One is Double Z, Zach Zymek from Wisconsin, and the other one is Jeremy Taiwo from the University of Washington, who just hit it with the high jump and his American record in the decathlon high jump. So that's a pretty good team.
For sure. I was talking to Double Z, came out of Wisconsin, put a lot of effort over the years, said he had a great coaching staff over there, did all the work he needed to do, and had a fairly decent season. But here he came up big and did everything he needed. And the other guy, I forgot his name, but he was just, overwhelmed by making the team. He just talked about how hard he'd worked and where it took him to get here. Definitely some fine young men who are truly grateful to be on the team with Ashton Eaton.
It was fun watching Jeremy Taiwo, who was in third place starting the 1500. And the stadium announcer said he has to win by so many seconds, beating the other guy who was right behind him. And he left everybody in the dust. He won that 1500.
Well, he's got the running build, and of course that's the thing about the decathlon. Some are built for running, some are built for throwing. Just come back to Ashton Eaton. He's built for sprints. I watched him a year ago in Beijing run a 45-second quarter. He could be on a 4x4 team. So speed is still the name of the game. But you come in all shapes and sizes for the decathlon.
Well, that was exciting, and the rest of the day we heard over and over and over again, fastest time in the world this year. So I think our prospects for Rio are looking pretty good. Plus, we've also had one of the highest jumps with Shantae Lowe taking the top spot on the high jump team for the women. Yes,
a model of consistency. It's her fourth Olympic team, and wonderful lady who just a life of the party, Miss Friendly. She's an awesome person, and she has worked really hard to stay there. Obviously through having kids along the way and everything else, to stay on top for over 12 years like that and be on her fourth Olympic team is great. But in the same note, we go the other end of the spectrum. We have Vasita Cunningham, just a kid, a senior in high school, 18 years old, on the Olympic team. Phenomenal amounts of talent. So we are still feeding the pipeline in the high jump.
She's the youngest track and field Olympian going way back to, I think they said 1988.
Yes, she's just a youngster at 18 years old. She was on the Pan Am Junior team that I was coaching last year, filled with lots of talent. Definitely we will see her around for the next decade.
So let's get back to the sprints. 400. Were you surprised at the winner of the women's 400?
A little bit, when you get that level, they've all made it to that. So it was anybody's game out there. Once they're there, like I said, I wasn't, any of those women who were in that 8 were there. They were able to make the team, and we go so deep. And out of probably the top 25, we probably have top 15 in the world. So anybody out of that top has a chance to be on our Olympic team because there's only a difference of less than 1 second that separates all of them.
Well, watching Allison Felix, who won that 400, it has not been her event prior to this. She was several strides ahead, which you don't see in a race like that, to make a team in yet another distance. So that was amazing.
Yes, well, Allison, once again, she's been out here for over a decade, but she has just continued her speed from 200 up to 400, which is common. You've got any more, and it's been like this we've had people go from 200 up to 800. Depends on what they want to specialize in. And she's got that lean build. So for her to step up to 400, she might even go 800. She always tried the 100. It was never her forte. It takes her a few strides. But what was great about her race, just that last 50 meters, she found another gear and left everybody in the dust. She was in fifth or sixth, with a group, then just pulled away. And that just shows her superior speed. And her coach, Bobby Kersey, who has always been good with building athletes along a period of time and making sure they had a sprint at the end.
It's always fun watching her because I think she just floats. I don't see her form is just perfect.
Yes, it is. She's got phenomenal form. That's why she's been able to move up to 400. If she works at it, she could set the world record in that. And if she wants to make her career go longer, she could even go up to the 800 someday if she continues to want to run track for another 2 Olympiads. But that's up to her.
And the men's 400 had another favorite really win that race. LaShawn Merritt made it look easy also.
Well, and he broke 44. He went 43.97. He hasn't broke 44 a lot of times, but he did it there. He does it at the big meets. He did it at the World Championships last year. Still, he got second, but still, he broke 44. You're breaking 44. You're right there to be winning the gold medal, or definitely be on the podium. So he's in, top-notch shape again. And we always have like that event. We have a host of guys coming up, and after him, it was wide open, and a couple of young guys. But anyway, they were right there.
That was pretty much fun, but the long jump, how many people went 27 feet and then some? I would think it's like 5 or 6.
Well, they had a nice tailwind. It was at almost 4 meters per foot or whatever, and so they had a very, very good tailwind. But once again, it still shows we have excellent strength in the jumps. I mean, the USA is never going to run out of sprinters and jumpers. Will Clay, a little bit of a controversy. He did finish third, did not have the standard. Yesterday's jumps did not count towards the standard since it was wind aided, but he has the triple jump standard. I believe he will be going in the triple jump.
Could be. I think a couple interesting things about that long jump. One was the NFL receiver for the Buffalo Bills, Marquise Goodwin, who was in the London Olympics. He didn't make the team this time, but it sure is fun watching a football player do the long jump.
Well, that is not uncommon. We've had guys go back and forth over the years, Ronaldo and Nehemiah, but there was plenty before him who have went on to play in professional sports, usually football, but many of these athletes, they decide to run track instead of going into football, basketball, or baseball. And that's, like I said, these athletes here are good enough. They could be playing in the big 4 professional sports, but they decide they want to run track and field.
Thanks, Gary. We'll see you at the track.